Hello and welcome to Chelsea Fan TV. You're here with Kev for a bit of pre-match analysis on the fan cam. Before we start, I'd like to say, can we like, share, subscribe if you're watching this? All the people indulging into all the content we are showing at the moment. And yeah, yet again, we're going to talk about today's game against Nottingham Forest. What can I say? First half, for me, wasn't really good. I thought we was passing the ball around for passing's sake. Obviously, Nottingham Forest came into the game with a game plan, usually a counter-attacking team that sit back, but today they completely changed their tactics. Goes to show that they've seen a weakness with us. We like to pass the ball across the back line a lot, and teams find us out. So they decided to press. When they did get onto the ball, they looked pretty threatening. They was getting the ball into the box quite a lot, which led them to their first goal. Total miss. What could I say? Total misconfusion. When that ball comes to the box, it's mayhem. Eduardo Mendy's coming out to punch the ball. Didn't have to do it. Anuari, little tapping, 1-0. Poor defending, poor goalkeeping. But what can we say? We said it all season. Nothing's changed. The mood around the stadium going into half time, I haven't seen Bridge. I put my hands up, I haven't been to Bridge for quite a bit of time. I find it hard to get down there on weekends. Football, family commitments, everything else. But I will be going to two out of the three last games, which is close to my home in Manchester. But just when I'm watching the games on TV, the mood around the bridge at the moment, it's not been good at all. Empty seats. It's not that fortress what we once had, where the fans are on the edge of the seats. What we're seeing is teams passing the ball for passing's sake. We've been crying out for a number 9 now, which could go on and on about, but these kind of things have got to change for next season. But we won't go too much into that. So going into the second half, whatever Lampard said at the half-time break clearly worked. We seemed a bit energised, a lot more energised going in the second half. Passing the ball a bit more quicker, which led us to our 2 goals. Shalaba, nice little overlapping run into the box. Nice cut back for Sterling. Good finish. Finally Sterling. It's been a frustrating season for him. He's been hot and cold, but he seemed up for today. There again, we looked a lot more energetic. That gave us a bit more confidence. We won the ball back on the halfway line. Great ball into Sterling. Chopped inside. Great finish. Typical Sterling kind of finish. We've seen him do that plenty of times for Manchester City, and he's come up with the goods today. And fair play. But for me, like a lot of other fans, 2-1 up. I was never confident he was going to win the game still at that point. Tony took him 5 minutes to get a goal. Like I says, the ball's gone into the box and we couldn't defend it. One throw in, ball's come back out, they've crossed the ball, and a simple finish for Anuari again. Just quite, Thiago Silva doesn't look himself at the moment. There's been speculation of him wanting to leave and go back to Fluminense, Brazil. I do not blame the guy for wanting to get out. The club's a mess at the moment. He can see more than what we can see as fans what's going on, and he wants to get out, which is understandable. And we're going to lose him, potentially Kovacic, Mount. We're going to lose 3 or 4 of the leaders in our squad in the summer, and you can sign all these class players with good feet, good skill, step overs, all that. But we need leaders on the pitch, and we're losing all our leaders. It's not looking too great for next season as well. We should be doing everything we can to keep these leaders in the squad. But it's not looking like it wants to stay. Usually Thiago Silva would have gotten to the end of those crosses, but he just doesn't see himself. Going on to a bit about, the injuries as well. Chilwell out again, Kante out again. Kovacic coming off the bench, Kupka coming off. The medical staff need to be looked at. What is going on this season with the medical side of stuff? We're having players coming back and out within 2 weeks. James comes back out. Chilwell in and out twice. Kante has come back after a long injury and is out again. It's just everything about the club, from the injuries, tactics, the players being brought in. It's across the board, and it's going to take a lot of work to fix all the damage done to this club. But yeah, what can we say? I think Lewis Hall done himself some justice. Down that left hand side, he looks energetic. As a couple of times where he's taking man on. Got a wicked ball into the box for Felix in the first half. Got round his man. Good cross into the box for Felix. Felix should have probably done better if he said that. But yeah, he looks like a player that's got a brilliant future ahead of him. But I think he probably needs more game time next season. I think Mason from Burnley, he's probably been the best left back in the Championship. I think he could probably do a better number at left back. And we've also got Colwell, who can also come in to the mix up at the left hand side next season, as well as Chilwell and what's his name? So we've got plenty of cover down that left hand side, but I think with the situation with Lewis Hall, I think he could do with a loan deal just to give him a bit more confidence in game time to learn his trade. So that's one player that's impressed me today. Ruben Loftus-Cheek come on, had a decent game. Decent is what you're going to get at Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't think he's a world-class talent. He's just good substitute, good squad player, let's say. But, for a player that's been here and a number of seasons, I don't think we're looking at an end product with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But fair play to him. He comes on and he done a number. Mendy, didn't do himself any favours today. There's been talk of him going after that first mistake. Just goes to show about the guy this season. He's completely lost all kinds of confidence. I think we're probably going to cut ties with him, unfortunately. Probably keep Kepa as our number 2, but we do need a world-class keeper in there. Someone who's going to support that defence. On crosses today, we just look like every single time that ball comes to the box, the defence was shaking. And, when you got your keeper making mistake after mistake after mistake, that's going to have an impact on the way the defence is thinking. Just a bit about Lampard today and his tactics. He's lost a lot of hair. That's one thing we can say. He's losing his hair by the day. Massive ball patch coming. He's had a lot of stress. But he should have knew what he was getting himself into coming into this mess. He's stuck a bit about his philosophy. There's no real philosophy of Lampard. It's just looking at the possession, 76% to Forest 24%. He's just passing for passing's sake. We made over 600 passes to Forest's 200 something, and the score was 2-2. We pass. We don't really pass the ball with any energy. Like I said, start of the second half, we've seen a lot more oomph in the passes, a bit more quicker passing, but we need to see more of that. We can't just be passing around the park for that sake, because teams are just going to press us, get the ball, and hit us on the counter. And it's been the same with Lampard, with Everton, and he's spoiled us before. There's no real, ideas. When we get the ball into the final third, we look confused. We don't know. When we get the ball down the wings on the counter, yeah, we look like a bit more deadly. But when we're just passing the ball in front of the opposition's defence, there's no real, game plan. So I think that's one thing we need to work on. What game plans we're going to go into the game with. Forest definitely got it right today, and they was unlucky really not to come away with the 3 points. Positives at the game. We scored more than one goal. That's 2 games in a row. We've scored more than 2 goals, well, 2 or more goals, which is a step in the right direction. Negative, again, negatives. Let's say when we go 2-1 up and we go into the lead, we can't hold out the lead. We always look like we're going to concede. Um, and that's the bad thing about us at the moment. Defensively, we've got errors in us. Keeper's always making errors. And we've got to iron out these errors for next season. It's just going to be the same thing. For me personally, if I was the owners, if I was Todd Bowley and Ed Barley right now, I'll be getting pushed through the door immediately. And I'm not saying get rid of Lampard, let Lampard keep his job to the end of the season, but get a manager, get the manager in now so he can come into the picture. He can have discussions with the players that want to stay, try and keep the players that we need to keep, and then we can plan for next season. I think if we wait to the end of the season, it might be a bit too late. We need to plan from now. We need to have an objective on what we need to do for next season. Players coming in, players going out, and we need to stick to the tasks in hand. There's so much stuff that we need to do, but I think we can't leave. There's players looking to leave right now. Thiago Silva's come out the woodworks this week, wants to leave. We need to get Posh in through the door. Posh needs to have a discussion with players because we need to keep Silva at all counts. He's a leader in that dressing room. We need players like that in the dressing room. So if I was the hierarchy now, I'll be looking to keep, get Posh through the door right now so we can move on for next season. But let's finish on a high, let's keep in there. There's only 3 left to go. I'll be going to both games in Manchester towards the end of the month, So let's keep the faith, us fans, let's be positive. We're staying up. That's the most important thing. Up to Chelsea. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. And I'll see you soon.